Formula One is a sport that consumes money like no other on the planet. And to be a major player in the championship, you have to have access to some serious cash. Luckily for F1, its prestige and status has often attracted some of the wealthiest people on the planet. Let's take a look at some of the richest people in Formula One. The wealthiest active driver in F1, unsurprisingly, is Lewis Hamilton. The 7-time world champion commands a salary of about $55 million per year, and his net worth is somewhere between $300 and $500 million. Endorsement deals with Mercedes, Tommy Hilfiger, Monster Energy, Bose, Puma, IWC Watches, Sony, Gran Turismo and MV Agusta are likely to have boosted his bank balance to the very top end of that range. But the man with whom Hamilton is level with in terms of World Championship wins, Michael Schumacher, is believed to be worth between $600 and $800 million. Forbes twice listed him as the highest paid athlete in 1999 and 2000, and claims his annual earnings at Ferrari peaked at $80 million a year. Dietrich Mattheus is the co-founder, 49% owner and managing director of Red Bull, the energy drinks company that owns Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri. The 76-year-old Austrian loves F1 so much, he bought not one, but 2 Formula One teams. His backstory is this. While marketing toothpaste in Thailand, he came across a drink called Krating Deng and found it helped cure his jet lag. After collaborating with its originator, they launched a westernized version called Red Bull in 1987, which quickly became the world market leader in the lucrative energy drink market. Red Bull's first motorsport connection was via its sponsorship of Gerhard Berger, and later it would own 60% of the Sauber F1 team. That was until a falling out with Peter Sauber for signing Kimi Räikkönen over Enrique Bernaldi. In November 2004, Mateusz bought the Jaguar Racing team for £1 from Ford, and a year later, with Berger, purchased the Minardi team from Paul Stoddart, renaming it Scuderia Toro Rosso. Mateusz also owns the Red Bull Ring racetrack in Spielberg, home of the Austrian Grand Prix. Uvida died in 2012, and his son now owns 51% of the company, technically making him the richest team owner in F1, although it is, metaphorically at least, Mateusz's name above the door. Aston Martin driver Lance Stroll effectively drives for his father Lawrence, whose net worth Forbes states at $3.2 billion. Stroll Sr. is the mastermind behind the 2011 IPO of fashion brand Michael Kors and sold his final shares in the company in 2014. Before then, he brought clothing brands Pierre Cardin and Ralph Lauren to Canada and, along with Hong Kong investor Silas Chow, invested in Tommy Hilfiger. Stroll is a renowned collector of Ferraris and famously purchased a 275 GTB4 Spider for a record-breaking $27.5 million in 2013. In early 2020, Stroll led a $235 million buyout of the Aston Martin car company and renamed his Formula One team, formerly Racing Point, which he'd bought in the summer of 2018 for over $100 million, to reflect this. But Lawrence wasn't the only F1 father to make a bid to take over the Force India F1 team in 2018. Haas F1 driver Nikita Mazepin's father Dmitry might have lost out to Stroll, but he's just as eye-wateringly wealthy. He is the majority shareholder and chairman of the board of Uralchem Integrated Chemicals Company. He made the Forbes Billionaires list in 2014 and 2015, having bought into the $5 billion Uralkali company, the world's largest potash producer, whose name now appears on the Haas cars. Williams driver Nicholas Latifi's father Michael is the owner, chairman and CEO of Safina Foods. Via an investment company he also controls, he put $200 million into the McLaren Group in 2018. Latifi Sr. left his native Iran for Canada at the age of 15, and he became a refugee there after the Shah was overthrown in 1979. He put his business degree together with his engineering background to start a food processing company in Toronto in 1995 called Vienna Meat Products, which grew into Safina Foods, which has revenues of $2 billion. Having grown a passion for Ferrari, he bought and drove an ex-Michael Schumacher F2004 and an ex-Kimi Räikkönen F2007. The former chief executive of Formula One Group, Bernie Ecclestone, is understood to be worth over $3 billion. F1's new owners, Liberty Media, bought Formula One Group from private equity firm CVC for $4.6 billion in 2017. Liberty is controlled by John C. Malone, a US billionaire who is understood to be the largest private landowner in America. His net worth, according to Forbes, is $7.8 billion. If you've made it to the end of this video, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching. Be sure to give us a like, a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're new here. We've got plenty more videos coming to you across the F1 season. See you next time.